I joined the Army because I thought then, and I still think today, that everybody who's lucky enough to live in a free country owes it something in the form of service. And I wanted to do my bit. My original intention was to go into the Army and serve my 3-year obligation, but I stayed. I stayed for 20 years because I really loved the people and I didn't want to leave them. And now when anybody asks me, what do I miss most about the Army, it's the people. I always feel better when I'm around people who are serving or people who are being served, and it's the people who really make us free.
For my generation, military service wasn't necessarily the most natural transition. I came from a background that none of my family had been in service. It wasn't just a part of our family's history. And when I was concluding college, a very seminal event occurred called September 11th, where the world changed and we were attacked. And I think that that was one of the pivotal moments that I had in my life when I made a decision as what I was going to do next. I didn't tend to turn a career out of the military, but that's what it ended up being. But it was 9/11 that really was the catalyst.
Yeah, I wish I could say that I joined the military just because of patriotism and because I thought it was my duty. But a big part of it was also I didn't know what I wanted to be after high school. Didn't know how I was going to pay for college. So paying, the GI Bill was a big reason that led me to choose to serve.
I joined the military because when I was about 8 years old, my mom's cousin was deployed, Desert Storm or SHIELD, one of the two, and I started asking the questions. Well, why is he over there fighting for somebody else who we don't even know and risking his life? And started to learn the answers that he wasn't only doing it for them, that he was doing it for us back here at home. And understanding that all the stuff that I had around me was provided by somebody else growing up, and that I wasn't going to take that for granted. I wasn't going to feel entitled simply because I was born in this country. I knew that the sacrifice was there because it was personal and it hit home. I had a family member that was deployed. And so I looked at that as a moment of inspiration, and I said, one day I want to do that for all the men and women who did it for me. I want to serve my country. I joined prior to 9/11, and I only intended to stay 4 years. But shortly thereafter, 9/11 hit, and I found myself going to Germany on the way to Iraq or Germany on the way to Afghanistan on multiple trips. And what kept me going back there was the difference I saw that we were making on the ground. And I said, I only intended to join for 4 years, but I can continue to do more.
I was drafted in 1968. I did not join the military, but I was just out of college, had signed a contract to teach and coach high school and coach 2 sports, wrestling and football. That was in May of 1968, graduated June 4th, 1968, and in the middle of June, got a letter from my uncle, I'm sure you heard of him, Uncle Sam, who wrote me a letter and said that he would like me to be in the United States Army. So I was drafted, raised my hand, August 29th, 1968, became the United States Army medic, actually. I went to Fort Sam Houston to become a medic just before being sent to Vietnam.